This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and the lock I have for you today is the Mul-T-Lock model NE14H. This is a large lock near the top of the Mul-T-Lock lineup, a full 65 millimeters across, a large shackle guard, which encases this 14 millimeter boron alloy shackle, and our core is the Mul-T-Lock Interactive Plus. It's a CEN grade 6 rated lock, so clearly a really beefy, strong padlock. We're going to see if we can pick it open. So let's see what we can do using this Z-bar for tension. And okay, let's start looking for binding outer pins. Okay, 1 is loose, 2 is binding. Got a nice click out of him and some movement on the core. Okay, little movement on 3. Go back to him. Okay, there we go. Got a little more out of 3. Nothing on 4. Got some counter rotation on 5, and he felt like he's set. Back to 1. Got some counter rotation on him. Nothing on 2. Nothing on 3. Okay, got some counter rotation on 4. And not sure where he is now. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, we must have dropped 1. I reset him. 2 fell down as well, as did 3. I must have done a lot of damage while I was working on 4. Nothing on 4, and got another click out of 5. Okay, back to the beginning. Nothing on 1. Resetting number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's start looking for some inner pins. Okay, nothing on 1. Okay, hit the inner pin on 2, got some nice movement on the core. Nothing on 3. Nothing on 4. Okay, got some movement on 5 after hitting the inner pin. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, more movement after the inner pin on 1. And I hit the inner pin on 2, and we just opened up. Okay, so really a tricky pick, one of the harder Mul-T-Locks I've picked in a while. We are going to open this guy up, and I'll show you what's inside. Okay, let's lock this guy back up. And we open this up. You have to remove this outer thing, whatever you call that. And now we have to remove this screw. Okay. I'm not real clear on the gutting procedure, so we're probably going to have some fun getting this apart. Okay, what do we have in there? I think a pin that falls down. Okay. Okay, got everything out. Surprised that came apart so quickly. Looks like we have a couple screws to remove the back of that lock. So now we need a Phillips tip for my screwdriver. Okay, all we need now should be a key and a follower. let's dump all these key pins out. Uh-oh. I just heard something drop. I think it was a ball bearing. Yeah, that must have fallen out of the side of the core. Okay, let's drop these key pins now. Okay, standard outer on 1, standard on 2, spooled on 3, standard on 4, spooled on 5. Okay, let me arrange these. Okay, and let me check these. Yeah, it looks like all of these key pins have, maybe this one doesn't. No, that one doesn't. I'm looking for undercuts on the inside of these pins, and looks like most of these key pins do have it. And that's designed to catch the spooling on the inner driver pin. I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay. Number 1 has a spooled inner and outer driver pin. 2 has a standard outer driver pin and a spooled inner. 3 has spooled inner and outer pins. 4 has spooled inner and outer pins. And looks like 5 does as well. Okay, let me give you a close-up of these, but before I do, let me show you the interaction between the driver pins and the key pins that make picking these interactive pluses so hard. If you look really carefully, you can see we have some spooled inner driver pins, and then on the inside of this key pin there is an undercut, and these are designed to catch each other and make it so they will not come apart when you put torque on the core. It's a really effective anti-pick measure, and you need to be really used to feeling I don't know what to say, how those pins work, because if you don't, you will end up, well, you'll end up very, very frustrated. It took me a while to learn these pins, but once you do get the hang of them, they're not too hard. Okay, let me give you a close-up here. Okay, as you can see, all of the inner key pins are standard. We have 3 standard outer key pins and 2 spooled outer key pins. Then 4 of our driver pins, that's 1, 3, 4, and 5, have spooled inner and outer pins, and then number 2 just has the spooled inner pin. If we look over here at the core, we can actually see down into chamber number 2, and that's the interactive chamber. And if we look at the bottom of this core, you can see there's a tiny little nub. And what that nub does is it drops into a recess in the lock body that I'll show you right now. You can see those little recesses cut out. And once the core starts turning, that pin comes out of the recess, it presses up on the key, and lifts all of the pins. So interesting little way it operates. A lot different from the normal interactives that have spring-loaded detents, but I'm not sure it really does anything different. In any case, that's all I have for you on this Mul-T-Lock model NE14H. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.